Third phase of moon.
Did you want to see a TR3B? You've come to the right place. Blake Cousins' Third Phase of Moon reporting right now, just miles away from Edwards Air Force Base. Ryan submits this incredible video. Take a look.
Third phase of moon.
All right, Third Phase of Moon, let's break it down. We get a lot of people saying we got to go frame by frame on this, so that's what I want to do, because this footage really deserves an extra look. Right now, we're going to see if it is above the tree line, and it appears so. Let's get a close look here. Yes, that pretty much confirms whatever's up there is quite high. Let's take a look. Right, let's zoom in, and this is the anomaly right here. What kind of technology is going on here? What kind of technology are we looking at? Brent, any opinions?
Blake, this thing's crystal clear. We're getting good imagery right here. This is captured by Ryan. He says this thing took off over the house. He heard it, and we're actually going to listen to the sound right now. All right, what is that? That's amazing. It doesn't sound conventional. It doesn't sound like your typical jet engine. He says this thing kept doing maneuvers over his home, his property, and he was wondering why. What's the situation? Look at what's happening right here.
Hold on a sec, Brent. I want to back things up. Let's take a look at this, because this is at the point in the video that it looks like there's some kind of, I would have to say, an afterburner of some sort. There, see? Basically, let's play it, boom, and then it turns on, and then it's off again, and it's on its way in a stealth mode. That audio was quite amazing. It almost sounded like it's just cutting through the sky. There's no engine sound or afterburner whatsoever. This is quite amazing. Let's look at the video, analyze this. All right. That is a perfect triangular shaped TR3B in my opinion.
Absolutely, Blake. Look, go frame by frame here. We're looking at it. It's banking right here. It's taking a turn. It's coming from right to left, and it's coming around him. This is amazing. Great pause. Look at that. It just kind of morphed there for a second. It's a blur to the camera, but that thing is close. This thing is very close to him. He says, and he states, he was freaked out. All right, here we go. This is good. Pause that right there. We see treetops. We see this thing's up in the sky. This thing's zooming by pretty fast, and it's banking. And there goes, he says this was captured late evening over and close to Edwards Air Force Base. This gives a lot to the story right here.
Yeah, you're right, Brent. Edwards Air Force Base has a lot of technology going on, and I'm sure they're not sharing it to the public. What I like about this shot is continuous. It rolls on for a while. You can see the craft. It's almost seems like it's hovering in place. Slowly, steadily moves along the sky. This is a great shot here. Take a look at this. It rolls quite nicely he's holding a steady hand right here. Obviously, it's getting dark, so there's some pixelation. We brought up a little brightness contrast to see this shadowy, elusive TR-3B right now. In my opinion, I think that's what we're looking at. If you could tell me what other aircraft this is, well, you let me know. I want to see it. Now, this is what I like. The shooter manages. Let's back this up here. You know, this is good evidence, really good evidence. Here it comes. All right, so let's see if there's any kind of manipulation going on. Here we go, here we go. Frame by frame. Slow things down, one more frame, back it up. Whatever this thing is, Ryan states that it was quite high up in the sky, probably about 1,000 feet up there, so this thing's quite large. I would have to say, in my opinion, this thing is about 20 to 30 feet wide.
Blake, Ryan also states that this thing had a variance of speeds. It traveled fast. At one point, he said it was traveling up to at least 200 miles an hour and came to us.
Blake Cousins here, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome back, world. We're going over incredible footage from NASA and around the world. Hang on, everybody. Let's get to it. We're going to the sun right now. And what are we looking at? Take a look at this. All right, whatever this thing is, it is massive. We're doing a side-by-side comparison to planet Earth, quite large. It does seem like it's a weird anomaly coming in from SOHO, a NASA image coming in. So we're going to be supplying the original link as well for you to take a look for yourself. Brent, what do you think we're looking at?
Blake, at first I thought we're looking at a solar flare, but then we moved in a little closer and looked at the detail, and I noticed this doesn't really match anything on the circumference of the sun. It's a bulge. It's bulging out of its rim. What's the power behind it? And what is this that we're looking at? It's a phenomenon. It's very unusual. It's something that we need to share. This is good evidence. What are we looking at? There is a discussion to be told right now. Everybody, let us know what your thoughts are.
Absolutely, we want to hear that. But Brent, what I'm thinking is there's a lot of video and photo evidence from SOHO in regards to weird anomalies outside of the sun. But could you imagine maybe that there are massive ships within the sun hiding within the massive star itself? So this is a question that we're asking right now to the public. So you got to keep an open mind on this stuff, but you got to admit, while looking at this photo, you got to say what's going on, right? I can't explain it, can you? Now let's go to Mars, the red planet. We're looking at Mars with 5 separate stills of the surface of Mars from a satellite. And what did they capture on the last slide right there? Do you notice what it looks like to me? Do you notice that? What it looks like to me are lakes on the surface of Mars. And NASA already admits that there is some flowing water on Mars, but they're not admitting that there's this kind of lake formations going on. What's quite curious to me is that these photographs are in black and white. So right away, they're going to be covering up some kind of evidence. If there's running liquid H2O on the surface there, it would be reflecting blue. So this is why, in my opinion, that they're broadcasting these photos in black and white. They're putting it out there. I don't believe this is sand dunes in the middle of craters. You could almost see some kind of current, some ripples along the surface, hitting the edges around the craters. Are there massive deposits of water on Mars? I think this is incredible evidence right now. Brent, what's your opinion?
Blake, what I'm looking at is a possibility of actual aquifers on Mars, and this could be a leak coming up from underneath the crust of Mars, and it's depository of massive amounts of water hidden beneath Mars. That's probably what's happening, and this shows proof of it, in my opinion. This is fantastic evidence. And Blake, I do like how you suggest seeing ripples along the the size of this body of water, and it does look like ripples. We live by the ocean, big bodies of water, and we're very familiar with it. Blake, this looks like smoking gun proof of water on Mars.
And they do look like quite large deposits of water. I would imagine that these lakes are sizable and there is some depth to them. So could you imagine some kind of Martian creature swimming or living within these bodies of waters that we don't know about yet? What happens if we send out astronauts with scuba gear and we explore this stuff? Because that's what NASA needs to tell us. What they're not telling, that there is life on Mars. There's just too much evidence in regards to this. They're going to try and cover it up. They're going to try and give you black and white photos and tell you there's no bodies of water on Mars. But this proof, right here, captured by NASA, it sure looks like it to me. Now let's get to the next submission. Quite incredible. All right, we're going back to Soho. More imagery coming in, and we're rolling with some video. And did you see what I just saw? When I saw this, I had to take a still photograph, enhance the video. And what are we looking at? It looks like a massive metallic flying saucer close to the sun. In my opinion, it is quite distinctive. It's there left of the corona there. With the enhancements, you see a lot of detail. It looks something extraterrestrial. It looks like a flying saucer, in my opinion. And whatever it is, it's big. Very big. More evidence of possible UFOs, extraterrestrial existence, harnessing energy off the sun, or are they just taking a flyby? Taking a look? Who knows? But whatever it is, it's there in Soho imagery. NASA, you did it again. Thank you. Brent, any comments on this?
It was interesting. I was doing a little research on the side, looking for information to share, and then you called me out to say, hey, Brent, take a look at this. And immediately, I was impressed. I said, zoom in on that. And that's what we do here at Third Phase Moon. We got a good look, getting some good contrast on this thing, and it definitely reveals something special. It does look like a saucer-shaped craft, showing its plate side, not the side of it. It seems like it's trying to capture the energy from the sun, absorb it like a solar panel.
You're right, Brent. The angle that was captured here, it actually looks like it's capturing either the top or the bottom of this flying saucer. You see the circular patterns in this. And NASA's video only rolled for a few seconds. It only looped for about 3 seconds at max. We're going to be sharing the original link so you can check it out for yourself. And then at the very end, it seems like they either cut the feed or whatever, but for 1 split second, this image comes in to frame. Whatever is coming into frame here is definitely unidentified, in my opinion, and that's what it's all about. That's what I did. I was just looking over Soho imagery, and this came up, and I'm like, wow, I got to share this with my Third Phase of Moon friends right now. Now let's get to the next submission that's quite creepy. All right, guys, let's get to the next submission. And this photograph came in this morning, and I was pretty much confused by what I saw. I was basically shocked. It looks straight out of Aliens or something created by something from a Hollywood mind, but this is 100% real, and it's right here on Earth. But it's called, not an alien, but it's called a hydrothermal worm. Thanks to our friends at Facebook that shared their information to us right here at Third Phase of Moon. I wanted to share this photograph because it is quite amazing. This lives off the hydrothermal vents, and this is a photo from Felipe Caruso at FEI, captured 525 times with an electron microscope. This creature
2016, severe weather, video.com, Scott McPartland just submitted this. Supercell thunderstorm? What are we looking at? He calls it a red sprite burst south of Amarillo, Texas. This was captured May 16th, 2016, and we're going to take a pause picture and analyze what we're looking at right here. This is incredible. Scott McPartland gave us permission to share this right here at Third Phase of Moon. Welcome everybody. This is another episode of exciting new evidence that we're going to share and analyze right now. We're going to take opinions from everybody, and we want to get down to the truth on what we're looking at here. What are the possibilities of these severe storms? What are they delivering out there? I just broke this down. Blake's right here. We're gonna get some information. Let's see what's happening and let's get some opinions. Blake.
Wait a second. Now, this is kind of crazy because the red sprite, as Scott McPartland explains, is a very rare phenomenon captured on video. And I believe we've captured it while on a hunt right here in Hawaii. We wanted to capture anomalies during lightning storms, and boy, we got close. A little too close. Take a look at the reflection. Take a look at the color, hue, and contrast. It almost resembles the same color, same kind of purple hue in the air. I don't know what it is, but let me tell you, I got too close. Let's look at Scott McPartland's video again. He's capturing this in HD, and he wants to share it with the world right now. I'm so glad we're subscribed to him because he is capturing quite amazing weather phenomenon. In my opinion, he's got a word for it. He calls it a red sprite.
Blake, what I like about this video, which is interesting, we get to slow it down and we're able to take a still off of this and bring it in, where it happens so fast that basically the naked eye wouldn't even be able to see it. But with technology right now and with Scott McPartland's Super HD, we're able to take a freeze frame off of this. And this is a rare phenomenon, what we're looking at here. We're not quite sure what to make of it. We could say HARP and Aurora Project and all sorts of other government agencies that might be partaking in this. But could it be a natural formation of Mother Nature?
Very interesting. You're right, Brett, because he is capturing extreme weather photography, as he states, and he has high technology. I think what's captured here is 60 frames per second, so that's how we're able to analyze this photograph from a still off his HD, maybe a couple frames, because this is quite amazing. I've never seen anything quite like this in this tech right now. The HD world is waking up, and you know what happened to us on the Big Island in search of lightning. Don't do it, people. It's very dangerous. Be undercover. Don't even think about it, because you might get what you're asking for, a close encounter with a lightning bolt. Scott McPartland, keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Now let's get to the next one. You're looking at video shot northwest of Houston, Texas, submitted by Bernard. Blake Cousins here at Third Phase of Moon. We're going to be going over incredible videos and photographs submitted from around the world and enhancement of this video you're looking at right now. Check it out.
What is that? On the sky.
Welcome back. Blake Cousins here, along with Brent, and we're going to be going over this video in full detail, close-ups, along with further evidence from around the world. Hang on, it's going to be quite wild tonight. Wait till you see what's coming up next, but I wanted to get into this video right now. We are zooming in. We're getting a close look on this craft shot by Bernard in Houston, Texas. He called in on the radio show, and now we're sharing this video to you, and the original link is there for you to check out. But right away, what we're looking at, in my opinion, is something that is unidentified, and it's not balloons, people. You could say it's balloons, but it's not. People know what balloons are. There is crowds on the streets there at the shopping mall. Bernard is a security guard there. He managed to capture this with his cell phone. So it's really cool. Mass eyewitnesses accounts. You could hear the people in the background going, what is that? What is this up in the sky? It looks quite large, in my opinion. It could be a drone, but drones make a lot of noise. This seems very stealthy, and it moves in a way that seems like it's defying gravity. So could this be anti-gravity technology? I don't know. It does seem something that's extraterrestrial, a classic UFO captured in broad daylight. I like this. Brent, what do you think?
Blake, it's cool that we have a gathering source, a radio show, to actually invite the public to come on and share their unique UFO sightings to the world. And what a great way to piece together. That night we had last week, this evidence came in, had an audio representation submitted by Bernard, and now he sends us the real proof. This is it. This is how it's done from around the world. Right here at Third Phase of Moon, we're getting the info out. Appreciate it, Bernard, for this submission.
What about the craft? What do you make of the craft, Brent?
Blake, what I like about it is it's stationary. It doesn't really wobble from left to right. It seems to hold its trajectory. It seems solid. It seems stationary up in the air. It's unique. It doesn't look like a balloon. Most definitely, the close-up shows that it's not. It's definitely a UFO. It's unidentified.
That's right, Brent. That's why we share this stuff. It comes in, and we share it to you. It's quite amazing, the ride that we're on. Welcome aboard, everybody. Now we're going to go to Disneyland. Everybody's been seeing these smoke rings everywhere. We have this exclusive video shared to us right now. The person doesn't want to give their name. We had to mute the audio, but take a look at this. Okay, so the mystery deepens, or is it resolved? Right now, we have some information coming in about this mysterious smoke ring, and Christy Imada captured the source, and it looks like it's coming from the ground right there on the premises of Disneyland. Some kind of weird show that they're putting on. And why are they putting up this black ring? I'm not sure. The link is below, so you can take a look at the original source. We have this weird smoke ring with a weird purplish aura around it too. What Are they spraying over the skies over Disneyland? I don't know.
We've seen this before. We've uploaded footage just like this to Third Phase Moon, and we've done our homework, and I think this is man-made. An attraction, something to stimulate our eyes, and that's what it did. It stimulated a lot of people out there, and they think it's a UFO, which it is. It's unidentified if you don't know what it is or what created this. But we know right now, I think this is an attraction at Disneyland, some sort of smoke machine, a ring smoke machine.
Absolutely, Brent. And Chrissy might have found the source, so that's cool. The link is there below. Everybody do your homework when it comes to smoke rings. They're not extraterrestrial. It's just an advertisement in the air, in most cases. Now we're going to go to Mars. This is kind of making a buzz around the internet. What are we looking at here? Could there be life on Mars? I believe there is, and this is evidence from NASA, again, of what looks to be some kind of worm, some kind of creature underneath the sand of Mars. And then again, it's not there. There seems some kind of movement. You see what I'm saying here, people? That's strange. It couldn't be a rock that sinks below the sand. It's something that I've seen here in Hawaii all the time. These sand crabs underneath the surface of the water. They're there 1 second and then they're gone. They just disappear just like that. This does seem organic and it's in your face. Good job, NASA. Brent.
That's right. Good job, NASA, for getting us and supplying us this evidence. It's very cool to look at, and what you see it's there and then it's gone. That's impressive. And what's impressive is last week we broke news about water, big bodies of water being on Mars, and who knows how much water is underneath the crust. If there's water on Mars, this would be a good supplement for life, and I would think right now there's a good possibility that we're not alone in our solar system, and there's living creatures, maybe intelligent, highly intelligent beings on Mars.
Life is water, and water is life. Apparently, NASA said that there are possible elements of life out there that could live off arsenic. But then they retracted that this is impossible. But I believe that there are life forms that could live off other things, other elements in our universe other than water. So wrap that around your brains, people. Why did NASA retract the arsenic theory when they made a mass release on this? Anyway, keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone because things are happening. And they're happening right now at Third Phase. Brent, thanks for joining us. Blake Cousins, we'll see you again next time. Let's go outside right now. Look at the moon. See if you see this object up in the sky. It's making a buzz over America right now. Just in to Third Phase breaking news. Take a look at this. Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins along with Brent Cousins, and it is June 9th, 2016, and we're going over it again. Breaking news just in. The moon is up in the sky, and we're getting mass reports right in via our Facebook and Gmail that something is hovering over the skies, and it's moving at fast speeds, and then it stops to a halt. As you see in the video, whatever it is, it's not a drone in my opinion. There are no blades of any kind, no prop propellers. The submitter is concerned about submitting this video, so we're gonna keep their name anonymous at the moment. I'm trying to reach out, convince them it's okay. We want to get their side of the testimony, so they might be willing to do that. But we're dealing with this right now. We're dealing with the video evidence, and it is pretty clear in my opinion. And again, I don't think it's a drone or a blimp. Definitely not an airplane. You don't see any kind of wings. So whatever it is, it's unidentified in my opinion, and it looks ominous. It looks like a spy drone of some sort with heavy technology. Is it one of ours? Now that's a big question. We got Brent right here. Brent, what do you make of this?
Blake, I want to know what's keeping this thing up in the air. That's the big question right here. What's the technology inside this craft? Is it one of ours? Is it government? Is it friendly? That's what I'd like to know. This thing seems a little ominous. What I like about it is the way it came in and then it just stalled. What's it stalling for? Is there a reason? Is there some sort of a spy program happening over the United States at the moment? And this vehicle is suspect. Whatever it is, it's intriguing. And I appreciate this submission to Third Phase of Moon. It's very impressive material, Blake.
Well, absolutely it is. And yeah, obviously they're keeping an eye on the American people via our cell phones, the internet. You know, that's their gift to us to spy on us. So it's a give and take. That's how it rolls. But what was submitted yesterday by Ryan near Edwards Air Force Base, it does seem like there's more and more kind of surveillance vehicles out there. Stealth, I would have to say stealth. It almost comes out in the evening time. So this evening shot, I would imagine during the evening time is a good time to start these surveillance craft. I've actually heard right here from eyewitnesses right here off the Big Island that they're doing all kinds of tests. So we're gonna have our cameras ready right here on the Hamakua coast. We'll let you know if we capture anything, but in regards to this video right now, it definitely looks metallic. I love the sudden stop. The way it just basically, there is a subtle movement. The compression seems that the inertia is so bizarre. It almost doesn't look natural. It looks anti-gravity technology in front of your face. This is it, people, in my opinion. We're gonna be flying in these things here pretty soon. It comes through the military, NASA uses things, and then it trickles down to us. So there are good things to this. Is it free energy that we're looking at right now? I believe it is. I believe this is free energy, and they got to release it now to the people. Brent, any last words here?
Blake, what I like is that there's a moon up there that's given a signature to this date. This was submitted basically about 4 hours ago. We're in Hawaii right now, 7:30 p.m. Something's going over the skies right now over there. And it's still early enough for everybody to get out there and take a look personally with their camera, whatever they got, their cell phone, whatever device that holds a camera, get out there, see if it's up in the skies going over. We're getting calls, we're getting emails that there's something happening in the neighborhood, Northern California. It's a hot spot right now.
Yeah, it was captured in Northern California, heading inland to the east at inconsistent speed. So this is coming in from multiple sources right now. So everybody have your eyes on this.
That shit is crazy. It's a fucking cloud with lights in it. Moving weird. I've never seen no shit like that. Cloud got sparkly lights in it. I've never seen no shit like that. Moving weird. Now you see the sparkling lights in it. Never seen no shit like this in my life.
Alright, Third Phase of Moon, Blake Cousins, we're back, and we're going over the original video, and we're going to be doing some analysis. We're going to discuss what we're looking at, because I think it is definitely strange, and it needs to be shared right now. Some people might say this is a plastic bag right off the bat. Let me tell you, does that look like a plastic bag to you? No. To me, it almost looks like a cloud. No, it definitely looks like a cloud. Take a look at this. We're getting a good close look right now. We got a good pause, and that definitely doesn't look like a plastic bag. In my opinion, this looks something very strange. We can't explain what's going on. That's why we're sharing it. Hector Garcia captured this, and even to this day, he does not know what it is, and 99% of the people are saying it's definitely a UFO. And what I'm looking at, as we're looking at this closer, are these strange pulses of light within this membrane cell of whatever it is. It looks gelatinous. It almost looks paranormal. Look at this. Do you see that orb? You know, they're popping up all over the place. We're going frame by frame here. Look at this. It's tilting. It's banking right, and it's just popping, glittering with weird orbs going on. That's quite strange. Alright, so we're moving along. We got Brent Cousins here. You have any opinions on whatever we're looking at here? It's, in my opinion, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Brent.
Blake, I appreciate Hector for giving us actual real permission to share this video and to give us a real idea to get up close on it, analyze this, and we're getting a good close up at this, and this is impressive. Blake, those lights you're mentioning, I'm seeing them pop all over the place. What's this thing made of is a question, and how is it moving through the air? What's its chemical form? What's its makeup? That's what we need to know. There you go. Good pause on that, Blake. There's another popping energy pulse, as you would call it. This is impressive and some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. Hector did a hell of a job capturing this.
Absolutely. He kept the camera very steady. He's in focus. He's pretty calm about the whole situation. But Hector, to this day, is still baffled of what he's captured. That's, in my opinion, I agree. I don't know what we're looking at. That's why we're sharing it right here at Third Phase.
Phase of Moon. Third.
Alright, wow. This is very strange. What are we looking at? Is this a space weapon test? Welcome to Third Phase Moon. It's 6/2/2016. People are bewildered over Arizona. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to make of what just happened over their skies. People are in shock. Let's get to some testimony right now from on the ground in Arizona. Well, somebody says no classified latest human technology can skywrite like that. Closest would be a military missile, yet it would not make that kind of formation. All right, let's get to some audio from Sochi Bug. I would suggest check out his channel. He gave us permission to share this, and we appreciate it. Let's listen in.
This is a short video of the vapor trail left by a fireball at the farm at 3:57 this morning. This is what the vapor trail looks like now at 4:58 a.m. June 2nd, 2016.
All right, that's very strange. This formation in the sky's been up there for quite some time, over an hour, and it's still prevalent up in the skies over Arizona. Let's get geospatial analyst Orlando Smith on top of this right now, see what his opinion is.
I think it's really a peculiar shape. The trail that's left by whatever, Sochi Bug says it was a fireball, but it has a really random structure to it, almost like a rocket that had a failed launch and was somehow scuttled and just burnt out its fuel, flying around erratically in the sky, leaving some type of a fuel trail. I don't know. That's my best guess. What do you think, Brent?
Well, let's take a look at these videos that just came in, and it's going over the major media. They picked up on this story and they're going and running with it, and so is Third Phase Moon. This is something special, something that needs to get out. What is it? What's going on? Is this something celestial, or is there something bigger going on and we need to get the truth, the real answers?
This really does look like an asteroid to me. The brightness of the light and the sheer scale that the light seems to light up an area the size of maybe 10-15 kilometers. It's a huge ball of light, and the only thing I could imagine that would generate such a ball of light would be an asteroid entering the atmosphere. It almost appears to completely combust before it hits the ground, but who knows? I wonder on the ground if there's any particles that people were able to collect.
That's an interesting assumption there, Orlando. It would be quite extraordinary to find a piece of this object. You know, it could be basically the size of maybe your fist, a rock that entered the atmosphere and broke up. But these strange trails, it's reminiscent to last year's mass sighting over LA, and not too long before that, Florida. People said it's a Trident missile, a military test. Could this be another military test over Arizona?
Perhaps it could be. The difference with this one is that the ones in LA clearly had a trajectory. They had a vector that was going in a direction, a clear inland direction. This is just leftover trails of debris or combusted debris. Perhaps it was fuel, perhaps it was hard material from outside the atmosphere, but it has a structure that's really random and erratic. And that's the difference between the Florida events and the LA events. They had a clear straight line trajectory, where this just has a really random structure.
You got the brothers here, Blake and Brent, and we're going over videos right now. You're looking at a photograph from Colima, a UFO that pays a visit over the volcano. But I want to show you this video. Take a look. This was shot in Southern California by Jenny Hernandez. Look at this. Okay, we're back. We're looking at the video. Let's get a close-up look of what we're looking at here. All right, that was the footage. Now let's get a closer look. That's what I like. The analyzation after we show the raw video to the world, that's what I like. Raw video is very important, but this analyzation gets down and technical, and we want to get really good looks at this. So we're going to be freeze framing, looking at the video. We're going to get people's opinions. And then there's something else over here to the left. Look at this triangular shaped craft. You almost see like a shadow-like craft right here. Let's go frame by frame here. Look at this. It definitely looks triangular, in my opinion. A translucent Tier 3B. Is this the Aurora project? Some new technology that we've never seen before. Take a look at this. This is weird. All right, Brent, you're looking at this along with me. Let's move along.
Blake, I like the way you're keeping it slow, frame by frame. This is important. We're getting 29 frames per second. This is good detail. Hold on to it. Keep doing what you're doing. This is incredible footage. Hold on. Look at that. You just see how it intensified. This lights. This is emitting something huge. This is almost looks like a rocket, but we know it's not. This is something else.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the massive energy pulse right here. It's reflecting off the sun here, so this is quite massive, whatever it is. It almost seemed like a cloud. Didn't it look like a Tier 3B? Now it's just a big plasma of light here. Now things are getting quite interesting as we're analyzing this. Thank you everybody for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon, because this is quite exciting. Brent.
Blake, this is when it really gets hot. Look at that. It's starting to explode upon itself. It's doing something that I've never seen. Look at that energy coming off of that intense bright light in the center there.
Right, do you see this? It's behind the clouds. Let's go frame by frame here as it makes its way. This is the part where it disappears. It almost seems that it's making an evasive maneuver. Take a look at this.
Wow, Blake, that's impressive. This is good. We see refractions of light on top of the cloud there, and it seems to be submerging itself within the clouds, and it intensifies as it's sucking itself into this dark cloud. It's amazing, Blake.
Absolutely. Let's back things up here. This is just, at first, when I was looking at this video, I was thinking it could be like a drone or an airplane. When we see this, it's hard to describe. This is really good stuff. It's definitely not a drone. It's not an airplane. So we're rolling things out here. It's not a blimp. So what's going on here? Look at this. All right, let's move along. And this is, I really like this part. But let's get to the part where this massive light display will move along here. This is what I really like here. Take a look in real time. Watch this. Wow. One more time. Let's let it roll. It's making some kind of maneuver. What's this little thing falling behind it?
Blake, it seems like it has an escort, a couple escorts. We see multiple lights, objects, unidentified objects next to
We
this.
got a photograph that I want you to take a look at very closely. We're going to zoom in. This is Saturn. And what are we looking at? It looks like some kind of strange craft. A large UFO has made a ding in one of Saturn's rings. This was captured by the Cassini spacecraft all the way from NASA. This is coming in right now, and this was captured today, June 20th, 2016. Sometimes Saturn is called the jewel of the solar system, with shimmering pink hues of gray and a hint of brown in the rings. What is the cause of this? This is quite peculiar, if you ask me. The dent was found in the F ring, in the outermost discrete ring. The F ring just might be the most active ring in our solar system. The disruption, NASA said, was probably caused by a small object embedding in the ring. Why would a small object embed in the ring? Come on, NASA, can you explain this? This is very peculiar, and they're saying it's embedded in the ring, but they're not giving us any reason why. There's good evidence that there's lots of these sized bodies in the core of the ring itself, they say, but you can't normally see them because they're covered by the dust clouds around them. John Weiss, a ring scientist in Washington State, told Fusion. NASA states when the small object interacted with some of the stuff in the ring's core, it produced something that scientists sometimes refer as a jet. Astronomers think that these jets form thanks to the gravitational pull of Saturn's small potato-shaped moon, Prometheus. Alright, so we're going over the evidence right now. It's quite interesting if you ask me. Brent, what do you make of this? Brent's right here looking at this. I'm quite stunned. Again, NASA's up to their tricks trying to discredit or dispute their own photographs. It doesn't make any sense. To me, this looks like a UFO. Brent, what do you got to say?
Blake, we're just surfing the net. We're going through our Facebook, and this post just hit our feed, and we're impressed, and we're saying we got to jump on this right now. And within minutes, we're talking about it. You know, NASA, they say probably. They really don't know an answer.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad that we have Orlando Smith, geospatial analyst, and he's pretty much, he doesn't know what's going on in these pictures as well. I just shared with him these photographic evidence from NASA. And what do you think of this right now, Orlando?
I'm not going to give my final opinion on this just yet, because if this is an unnatural object, it must be massive.
This craft, whatever it is, it's quite large. It's definitely moving to do something like that. Saturn's quite big, let me tell you. And for this kind of disruption in Saturn's ring, this isn't some ordinary celestial event, let me tell you that, people. This is very unusual. It's unexplainable. And NASA's not giving us a straight answer, as usual. Let's take a close look at this. It is absolutely amazing what we're looking at right now. Coming in from NASA, the PL Caltech Space Science Institute. The information and link will be provided below in the description. People, we want to know what you think this is. We want to get your comments. I want you to share this with your friends, because what we're looking at is something out of this world. Brent.
Blake, now they getting close. This thing really just snapped this outer ring. This is impressive. NASA says this is strange. That's an understatement, Blake.
Definitely, Brent. Big understatement. Third Phase of Moon is reporting as information comes into us from around the world. Don't forget to join us on Friday for our live radio show. And if you captured anything amazing, our Facebook is open 24/7. Blake Cousins here. The Observer group from Poland submits this incredible video. We've been sitting on it for a couple hours. It's making the World Wide Web right now. It's making the World Wide Web right now. We have permission to roll with this. So let's share it to the world. Let's go take a look at this. All right, what is this? It almost looks like a drone, but then did you see it separate in midair and it blinks out of existence? Let's look at the entire footage right now. All right, look closely. We got a zoomed up image to the right. Look at that, it's blinking in and out. It's strange, it's not a drone. Look at here. It's going behind the tree. It's quite aerodynamic. Look at this, straight up in the air. Now, I don't see drones perform maneuvers like that and disappear in mid-air. This is something quite incredible what we're looking at right now. All the way from Poland, the Observer group. We have the original link below. Be sure to check out their channel. All right, we're looking at this up close. The object's glowing, shimmering. I can't explain to you what this is. It could be some kind of plasmic orb, some kind of interdimensional being of some sort, jumping in and out of existence. I'm not sure what it is. It's moving quite quickly. Here, take a look. It looks like there's intelligent control behind this craft. It's dimming out. It's dimming out. And then the energy pulse comes back. What is this? We hear that there's all kinds of activity over the past couple months over there in Poland. There are rumors of possible new military activity tech going on over there, new technology over the skies. Is this what we're seeing right now? That's so weird. It just blinked out of existence. And I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot more sightings coming out of Poland because this is quite interesting. Let's look at more of this footage right now. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Wow, the Observer group did a great job analyzing their own video that's coming in over there in Poland. A lot of activity. Take a look at this. Watch. It separates. What just happened there? Let's take another look. Let's look at this again. UFO videos from Poland coming in right now to Third Phase of Moon. We wanted to share this. There's more incredible footage coming in right now. Stand by.
up seeing a freaking UFO. This thing's flying erratic as shit. Look at it.
The same thing captured in Winsville, Missouri. Todd Vetter captures this around 9:15. He says he saw this last night, and it's a UFO, in my opinion. He can't explain. We're going to run with the raw video. Take a look.
Just went up, then it came down. Now it just like phased or some shit. I don't know. Dude, it's behind the tree. There it is. It's flying all kinds of fucking erratic out there.
Now, what's quite interesting is you have two videos from opposite sides of the planet of UFOs performing and looking exactly alike. Could these be new drones? Could these be new drones? Extraterrestrial drones keeping an eye on us? Or is this some kind of new military tech? One thing's for sure. People are capturing this stuff. We got to thank the Observer Group from Poland and Todd Vetter for sharing their incredible video, collaborating and corroborating evidence from around the world. It's very important that we share this to the people. We even have more photos coming in from the public. Take a look at this. So we have these photographs. Look at these photographs. They're incredibly clear. Captured. We got some rain coming down here in Hawaii, so let's roll. We got to roll with this, but let's see what this is all about. This came in to our Gmail in an inbox, and we're going to see. He says it's a TR-3B, and his friend named MK captured this on his way home from Modesto, California. He doesn't know if it's a UFO or a TR-3B. He says, can you guys take a look at this? His friend did some filters on the images. He put some filters in, embossed it, put some infrared, even some negative filters to bring out whatever this craft is, and it looks very familiar. We've seen this in our archive in Third Phase of Moon. If anybody could help me out, we have such an archive of videos. I kind of lose count. I think we're up to about 1,500 videos or uploads to YouTube, but thousands and thousands of videos submitted from around the world. If you could help me find the video that we have that's very similar to this metallic flying saucer over there. It's quite amazing. Modesto, California. Captured within the past 48 hours. What is going on? It's quite amazing that there is this kind of information coming in. The technology doesn't look drone-like in this sense. It definitely looks something that I can't explain. You see no prop propellers. From the way it sounds, MK can't explain what it is, so it wasn't making any noise whatsoever. I like the way he managed to capture a few photos and actually do the extra work. The negative, the embossed enhancement really brings out whatever this thing is. And it definitely looks like a metallic flying saucer, the classic that you see from the 1940s and the 1950s in those old black and white photographs.
Thirdphaseofmoon.
Wow, here we go, people. We've been waiting for Jack, and he's reached out to me, and we're going to be talking to him right now because he wants to share something with us that just happened on the farm again. And Jack is here. There's been some missing time. What's going on with Jack? People have been asking me, where's Jack? Where's Jack? So Jack has reached out to us. So we're happy to have him back right here at Third Phase of Moon. Jack's got some photographs that we're going to be looking over, and it sounds like something terrifying went down. Jack, where have you been? Welcome to the show.
Well, it's good to be back, Blake. I had a little bit of a medical incident which resulted in us and me and my family taking a little bit of a time out. I had to go see the doctor, and of course, my wife didn't want to immediately return to the farm because of all of these stressful things.
I don't want to delve in too much with your medical history, but how are you doing right now, Jack? What happened?
Well, I had to go to the hospital, quite frankly, because of my heart. I've been having a lot of my blood pressure had been through the roof for quite some time, and it got to the point where I had to go and seek medical attention. And my wife's sister lives close to the facility where I was going, and so we stayed over there for a few weeks just to get away from all of the things that have been going on around here.
That makes sense. You want to get away from this because there's a lot of stress involved. Go ahead.
Yes, and so I had several procedures done, which were quite serious. But I'm happy to say that I'm feeling much better now. But I must tell you folks that many of these things that have been happening recently around the ranch have caused me to go through some very serious medical issues and so forth. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about things, and I was feeling a little bit better, but I was still very worried, and I was anxious about returning back to the farm because of all of the activities that are often can be so upsetting. They are not always upsetting, but they are always very intense. And I feel that with my condition, and as also the doctor has said, these things are not what I need at this time, and that's why we stayed so long at my sister-in-law's place, because my wife insisted that we really get away and stay away for a while, just to have some peace of mind. So when we got back to the ranch, things were a little bit peculiar. And I knew something was just not right. Even the skies was more clear than it had ever been. And it was still outside. There was no wind, there was no clouds. Things was different than they usually were. And when we walked up to the house, normally when I come home, my dog is always waiting for me. He is always there on the porch waiting for me. And so when we got home, he wasn't there. And I felt a little funny, like what was going on. The skies was real still. My dog is not there. You know, I felt a little uneasy about returning. And so, you know.
What happened?
Well,
what happened
next
to your
morning.
dog? What happened to your dog?
Well, I really don't know. He never did show up, and while we was gone, I don't know. He took off. He may have ran off, or I don't know what may have happened to him, but he never was there when we got back, and
that's weird.
He ain't came back since.
He was there when you had a really close encounter with this dark, ominous object.
You know, he's been around many times when I have seen and captured these events.
So
he was right there beside me most of the time. So,
what's your dog's name?
His name is Monroe, and I've had him for about 12 years now.
So it seems like Monroe is kind of like an indicator when things are going down. And I gotta say, I'm really sorry that is Monroe, have you been in contact with him? Has he come back home?
No, he he never did show his face ever since we left. And so, yeah, I really don't know what has happened to him at this point. I don't know.
Gotcha. I got you. You know, it's sad. It's sad. And it's weird because he seemed like he had an awareness about what's going on. Now, let's get back. Can you describe to me what the craft looked like? These photographs are amazing.
Well, the craft had some kind of magma explosion, like an engine or power supply or something. It had a source of energy that you could see occurring on the surface of the bottom. I don't know if it was the bottom. It really couldn't tell which was the top of the bottom, but I could see very clearly a reaction taking place on the surface of the ship itself, like almost like magma in a energy, harnessed energy.
Wow. So when and how did this happen? How did you realize that whatever this was right above, your vicinity?
I could feel the hair standing up on my arms, and I just figured something strange was happening. And so I grabbed my camera, and I was already outside. I grabbed my camera from the truck. I didn't have it in my pocket at that time, but I could feel the static energy gathering on my arms, and so I was almost waiting for it. When it did come into view, I was already pointing my camera in all kinds of directions, just snapping odd photos, trying to capture whatever might occur, and I managed to capture several photos. The one I sent to you was the photo when it was really as close as it seemed to have come before I decided to get back to my truck and head on out of there, because
Really?
at a certain point I felt uneasy, and I decided I was going to just get on out of there. So I jumped into my truck, and
Okay.
I was hightailing it out there as fast as I could. I didn't want no more aggravation with all of these things, and I was happy to be back home, but at the same time, I didn't want no more.
So this thing was chasing you?
It seemed like it was, because every time I turned around, which was only a couple of times, as I was trying to get out of there as fast as I could, I was trying to shift the gear shift, and every time I tried to go into third gear, it seemed like there was some kind of I could not shift into third gear.
Weird. So
And I would go back down to first, go up to second, and I was coming around the corners. I was sliding. I was a little bit scared of not only crashing, but I didn't know what this thing was and what it wanted with me, because every time I turned around, it was still there in the sky, right behind me, almost seeming closer and closer, to the point where I was very uneasy, and I knew that with these issues that I had been through, I did not want to even experience whatever it was. I wanted to get on out of there.
Wow, so you're having these experiences, and it's been going on for about a year now. And now, it's weird, your dog's missing. You've had some issues with your health, and it's all I got a feeling a lot of anxiety going on over yourself right now and what's going on at the ranch.
You better believe it, it sure is.
So what are you going to do, Jack? What's next? Are you going to stay there?
Well, my wife has suggested that we consider moving, and at this point, I don't know if
I got a
we
feeling
will
they'll be
stay
following
or
you,
not.
Jack. They'll be following you, Jack, no matter where you go. You got to stand strong. You got to get more equipment. You got to get some more people documenting this stuff. We got to find out where you're at. We got to tell the people. We got to tell the world. Jack, you need help. There's a lot of issues that you're dealing with, and you can't handle it all by yourself.
Well, I agree with you there, but at the same time, I take it day by day, and I do have my reasons for not sharing with everybody where we are at this ranch, because I feel compelled not to at this time.
I got you, Jack. I know you are concerned. I can't blame you. Let me tell you, if I was seeing the same things that you're seeing over your vicinity in close proximity, trust me, I'd be concerned. So I can kind of hear where your concern is. It makes a lot of sense to me. But I gotta say this. You gotta keep in touch with Third Phase. You gotta keep sharing your evidence with us. You do a great job. Trust me. It's just amazing what you're capturing. I've never seen a craft like this before. It looks weird. Whatever energy's going on, the plasmic underground, you're saying it looks like a molten magma going off. There's a lot of harnessed energy going on, and you're capturing something that I can't explain. I know you live next to a military base, close to the farm, so I don't know what you're capturing, but whatever it is, Jack, you gotta stay safe. You gotta be real safe.
Well, that's always my primary concern, and I thank you for your concern and always for sharing all of this information to people who want to know what's going on out there.
Well, absolutely. That's what we do right here at Third Phase Moon. We share the people's information as it comes in, and I gotta really thank you, Jack, for getting back in contact with us. I really didn't want to reach out to you. People have been saying, "Where's Jack?" And they say, "You got to get in touch with Jack." That's not what I do. I just wait for people to contact us right here at Third Phase. So I'm sure glad you reached out back to us, Jack.
Well, it's always a pleasure, and I will do my best to share with you folks everything that I encounter.
Well, I'm glad he called back, because we know you're still around. So that's a great thing. Keep in touch, everybody. Stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon for more updates from around the world as you hear it, as it comes in. We're here. Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins here. We're gonna call up Jack right now. Jack is submitting to us footage right now via our Google, and we're gonna be downloading it, uploading it as we speak to Jack right now, because he's got something he wants to share with us, and I got a feeling it's gonna be quite amazing. Brent, are you getting this? Let's get Jack on. We're downloading it. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. All right, let's hope he picks up. Jack.
Hello.
Hey, Jack. We're thanks for picking up. We got this stuff coming in via our Gmail. We're downloading it. What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm glad you called. I was real anxious to talk to you about this thing that happened this morning.
All right, so I got two files coming in. I got two video files. They're quite large, and I'm downloading them. What happened?
Well, I was up early this morning, well before sunrise, and I was up checking on the water line about 4:30 in the morning, and this kind of form appeared. At first, it was pretty close, about 75 feet away, and pretty soon then after, it was real close. It was right there.
Okay,
in the car.
We're getting the video in. We're getting the video. I see a red light. It
was like it was approaching me as I was putting in the car, and when it did, very close. I was really startled. I was having a
Wow, we're seeing
little
flashing
bit
lights
of,
within the car. What's going on?
breakdown, little meltdown, and
He's breaking up.
I
He's breaking up.
kinda
He's not
lost.
hearing what I'm saying. Oh, Jack, do you read me? Do you hear me?
yes, I
Okay.
can't hear you, Blake.
All right, good. We're looking at this video, and it's quite incredible right now. It seems like whatever light was outside the car, now there's some massive light inside the car. What's happening here?
Well, it was as though there was like an energy source. There was light, but there was also a feeling of electrical energy. The car was acting real strange. It stalled, and it's a new car. And so that was really, really strange. And there was kind of tension in the air.
Oh, wow, you're breaking up a little bit, Jack. Jack, do you read me? Okay, there's some kind of weird sound in the video too.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that sound going on in there? Is that the radio?
Oh, the electrical system in the car shut off after making a real strange pulsating kind of sound. It was going on and off and back and forth, like an engine, electronic pulsating. It was very scary. I tell you that. That car, like I said, is brand new, and so when it stalled,
I see in the video,
some
Jack.
kind of energy force was
Jack.
in the air or something.
Sorry for wow. It's just we're looking at the video and I'm seeing things, and one of the things I see near the end of the video is the hatchback actually opens up out of the back over there. What happened?
Well, all of the electrical features on the car started to blink and malfunction and so forth, and so yeah, the back gate went up and a couple of windows moved and the lights fluttered. Radio made some kind of electric sound. It was as if the whole electrical and mechanical functions of the car was disturbed in some kind of way. And then the car shut off after about 30 or 40 seconds of all of that electrical interference or whatever that was.
That must have seemed frightening. It sounds like an incredible something.
It was very terrifying. Yes, it was. It wasn't until the end, after I finally did get out of the car, and I was getting ready to just abandon the vehicle and run towards the house. I was probably about a half a mile away from the house. I knew I could make it home, and the car had shut off, and I was still a little bit scared. I was a lot scared. And I got out of the car, and I saw a bluish color of some sort of orb that was almost like a sea creature. I don't know what to call it.
We're getting the photographs in. We're seeing it right now. What? That's amazing.
It almost looks like a jellyfish or something.
Right, do you see what I'm saying?
That it was floating. It had like a jelly sort of almost.
Pull it up. Get a closer look.
Like,
now this does looks almost organic, lifelike. Did this thing make any sound, Jack? Did it make any sound?
the way that it was floating, no, there was no sound. When I got out of the vehicle, there was no sound. And the blue color thing was moving away from my car. And so I felt a lot more comfortable at that time as well. So I was getting ready to run, in fact, but when I saw the blue jellyfish-shaped thing going away from the car, and I didn't see the other reddish bright light any longer, I felt a little bit more comfortable. And so I stayed right there by the car before about another minute went by. The blue colored thing was gone.
Yeah, we're looking at the video and the photographs. Whatever it is, almost looks like it's playful, living, and seemed like it was having some kind of intervention at this point again. Weird. Look at this. It almost seems angelic. It almost seems angelic. Go ahead. I don't know what to make of it. It's amazing.
I sure felt better, but it was leaving, and the other one was already gone. So that's probably why I felt genuinely better, because when the red bright object was approaching the car,
here we go
and
again.
It came very close.
Do you think this thing was helping you, Jack? Was this the blue one?
The blue one, I did not see it till I had gotten out of the vehicle.
Do you think it's helping? Was it trying to help?
Well, the other one was gone. By the time I got out of the car, it was gone. And so I guess it's a possibility that an object had something with the first object.
During the blue encounter, what time was this in the morning?
It was about a half an hour later, so it was just before sunrise. There's at break dawn, so to speak. It was almost getting light by that time.
All right, Jack.
I'd say it was about 5 o'clock in the morning.
All right, so the sun was coming up.
A bit after 5.
We're getting good video. We're getting good shots. We're analyzing the video and the still photographs that you shared with us I would say within the past 20 minutes right now. So this is quite live right now. We're breaking it to the world. Thanks, everybody, for checking this out. And stay tuned for more updates. Jack, I got a question for you. What about Monroe, your dog?
Yes,
What's any sighting from...
No, there have been no sign of Monroe yet. We're still looking. I'm looking every day. There's a lot of people who really love Monroe, and I'm sure we all going to continue to look for him. A lot of people feel bad because everybody here on the farm is always looking out for him. There was several people who I left in charge, and I'm spending time with them while I was home. And so they feel real bad that he was gone when I got back. And so we all gonna continue to look for him. I'm sure he's gonna turn up sometime.
Yeah,
Gonna
Jack,
be some kind of logical explanation to all this.
we're praying for Monroe, and hopefully he returns. And you and the family, everybody in the ranch. You stay safe, Jack. I appreciate you reaching out, calling us up, man. And we're doing this live. It's insane.
Thank you once again. Thank you, folks, for sharing these events with the world, and I'll continue to do my best to show you everything that I see. It's really a wild ride, I must say.
Jack, thanks again. Brent, roll that. Get the video up. We got to get this out to the world right now. Get the links out. Get it to Facebook, everybody. Stand by to Third Phase Moon for more updates as we get them in from around the world. Blake Cousins, Third Phase Moon. We'll see you again next time. If you could tell me what other aircraft this is, well, you let me know. I want to see it. Now, this is what I like. The shooter manages. Let's back this up here. You know, this is good evidence, really good evidence. Here it comes. All right, so let's see if there's any kind of manipulation going on. Here we go, here we go. Frame by frame. Slow things down, one more frame, back it up. Whatever this thing is, Ryan states that it was quite high up in the sky, probably about 1,000 feet up there, so this thing's quite large. I would have to say, in my opinion, this thing is about 20 to 30 feet wide.
Blake, Ryan also states that this thing had a variance of speeds. It traveled fast. At one point, he said it was traveling up to at least 200 miles an hour and came to us.
Blake Cousins here, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome back, world. We're going over incredible footage from NASA and around the world. Hang on, everybody. Let's get to it. We're going to the sun right now. And what are we looking at? Take a look at this. All right, whatever this thing is, it is massive. We're doing a side-by-side comparison to planet Earth. Quite large. It does seem like it's a weird anomaly coming in from Soho, a NASA image coming in. So we're going to be supplying the original link as well for you to take a look for yourself. Brent, what do you think we're looking at?
Blake, at first I thought we're looking at a solar flare, but then we moved in a little closer and looked at the detail.
Third phase of moon.
Did you want to see a TR3B? You've come to the right place. Blake Cousins, Third Phase of Moon, reporting right now, just miles away from Edwards Air Force Base. Ryan submits this incredible video. Take a look. All right, third phase. No engine sound or afterburner whatsoever. This is quite amazing. Let's look at the video, analyze this. All right, that is a perfect triangular shaped TR3B in my opinion.
Absolutely, Blake. Look, go frame by frame here. We're looking at it. It's banking right here. It's taking a turn. It's coming from right to left, and it's coming around him. This is amazing. Great pause. Look at that. It just kind of morphed there for a second. It's a blur to the camera, but that thing is close. This thing is very close to him. He says, and he states he was freaked out. All right, here we go. This is good. Pause that right there. We see treetops. We see this thing's up in the sky. This thing's zooming by pretty fast, and it's banking. And there goes, he says this was captured late evening over and close to Edwards Air Force Base. This gives a lot to the story right here.
Yeah, you're right, Brent. Edwards Air Force Base has a lot of technology going on, and I'm sure they're not sharing it to the public. What I like about this shot is it's continuous. It rolls on for a while. You can see the craft. It's almost seems like it's hovering in place. Slowly, steadily moves along the sky. This is a great shot here. Take a look at this. it rolls quite nicely. He's holding a steady hand right here. Obviously it's getting dark, so there's some pixelation. We brought up a little brightness contrast to see this shadowy, elusive TR3B right now. In my opinion, I think that's what we're looking at. Moon, let's break it down. We get a lot of people saying we got to go frame by frame on this, so that's what I want to do, because this footage really deserves an extra look. Right now, we're gonna see if it is above the tree line, and it appears so. Let's get a close look here. Yes, that pretty much confirms whatever's up there is quite high. Let's take a look. Right, let's zoom in, and this is the anomaly right here. What kind of technology is going on here? What kind of technology are we looking at? Brent, any opinions?
Blake, this thing's crystal clear. We're getting good imagery right here. This is captured by Ryan. He says this thing took off over the house. He heard it, and we're actually going to listen to the sound right now. All right, what is that? That's amazing. It doesn't sound conventional. It doesn't sound like your typical jet engine. He says this thing kept doing maneuvers over his home, his property, and he was wondering why. What's the situation? Look at what's happening right here.
Hold on a sec, Brent. I want to back things up. Let's take a look at this, because this is at the point in the video that it looks like there's some kind of, I would have to say, an afterburner of some sort. There. See? Basically, let's play it. Boom. And then it turns on, and then it's off again, and it's on its way in a stealth mode. That audio was quite amazing. It almost sounded like it's just cutting through the sky. There's no...
And I noticed this doesn't really match anything on the circumference of the sun. It's a bulge. It's bulging out of its rim. What's the power behind it? And what is this that we're looking at? It's a phenomenon. It's very unusual. It's something that we need to share. This is good evidence. What are we looking at? There is a discussion to be told right now. Everybody, let us know what your thoughts are.
Absolutely, we want to hear that. But Brent, what I'm thinking is there's a lot of video and photo evidence from Soho in regards to weird anomalies outside of the sun. But could you imagine maybe that there are massive ships within the sun hiding within the massive star itself? So this is a question that we're asking right now to the public. So you got to keep an open mind on this stuff, but you got to admit, while looking at this photo, you got to say what's going on, right? I can't explain it, can you? Now let's go to Mars, the red planet. We're looking at Mars with 5 separate stills of the surface of Mars from a satellite. And what did they capture on the last slide right there? Do you notice what it looks like to me? Do you notice that? What it looks like to me are lakes on the surface of Mars. And NASA already admits that there is some flowing water on Mars, but they're not admitting that there's this